The question is from a high school physics class. What vertical distance can a person with a hang time of 0.7 seconds reach? Most of us watching this video will not know how to approach this problem. So who will? 18-year-old Daniel Inskeep.
V initial times time plus 1/2 acceleration due to gravity.
Daniel is not at a charter math school. He is not at a private school like Westminster or Lovett or Pace. He's not even at a highly regarded public school. He's here, the Cumberland Academy of Georgia in Sandy Springs. It's just past 8 o'clock in the morning and over 100 kids are gathering in the gym. At first glance, they seem like all other kids, curious, nervous, rambunctious, and ambitious. What's not so clear is that each of these children has special needs. They are challenged with Asperger's syndrome, ADD, ADHD, OCD, dyslexia, or other learning disabilities. They are here because they were struggling at other schools.
For all A's, Spencer Klein.
Spencer, good job, Spencer.
But now, like Daniel Inskeep, they are thriving.
Times 0.35 squared. The answer would be delta y equals 0.6125 meters.
Cumberland Academy began in 2007 with just one student and a mother, Debbie Scarborough, who knew there had to be a better way. Her son Stephen was born at 25 weeks, weighing just 2 pounds. There was a question as to whether he would see, or walk, or even survive. He did, but at age 3, he was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. By the time he went to elementary school, it was obvious he was different.
But he has no friends. He was never invited to birthday parties. He wasn't included in a lot of things. He didn't really have true friends, even though he says his best friends were there.
And even though he was quite intelligent, his education began to suffer. After elementary school, Debbie tried to find a middle school that understood Asperger's, but
the majority of the schools turned us down. They said that he wasn't right. And the thing, thank goodness that happened because we started Cumberland, but because he's academically strong, he didn't have the learning disabilities, he had social disabilities.
So with one student, her son, she and her husband Matthew found a building, hired staff, and started this school. Its purpose? To give each child the individual attention they need to overcome their differences. They are generally high-functioning students who are sometimes awkward, sometimes disruptive, and sometimes angry in ways we can't understand. It's the common thread among all these kids.
When I got a call saying that he'd been in the bathroom for 2 hours and then he'd locked himself in and he wouldn't come out. It's like, holy cow, that's my baby. And I knew that something had to change. And I go up there and it's like, sweetie, he's just like, and his little hands over his head and he's going, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this anymore. And I'm like, you don't have to do it anymore. You don't ever have to do this again. We will find something else.
Today, Austin loves school and his grades are above average. He is excelling and above all, he is happy.
It's okay, it's nice. I get good concentration, I get my work done, I learn, it's okay.
You do to one side of the equation, you must.
And he is not the exception. All these kids are succeeding. What's the secret? Why does this school succeed when so many don't?
When kids get here, they have a great time where they can just come to the gym and hang out. They bounce balls, they play games. It's a real freewheeling kind of time where they just can be themselves, socialize, and that's really one of the most important things, and it's supervised.
Today is Thursday, it's pizza day, which is awesome.
For perfect attendance.
After that, we do our announcements.
I pledge allegiance to the flag.
We say our pledge to the flag every day. We think that's very, very important. And then we go to class. We start in homeroom for 10 minutes, and then we switch classes every 50 minutes.
Yes, former slaves that were granted Here the classes are much smaller. I mean, we're talking between 6 and 10 in a classroom. So teachers can really get to know their students as individuals and address them in terms of their own individuality and the way they approach the student, both in terms of academics, but also the way they work with them every day in terms of their development as a social person.
African family is plenty.
All the teachers are special ed credentialed, and so they understand their students and their need to polish their social skills.
And so on a daily basis, every day, all of us are really working with our kids to redirect them, to correct them, to make sure that they understand when perhaps something they do is a little bit off.
And they make it fun. They have a school dog, Haley. They participate in sports, arts, and field trips, just like kids from any other school. They compete in basketball. They have cheerleaders.
Go Bailey!
Once a week, kids earn the right to go to lunch at a restaurant. Here they practice their social skills in public. Other kids go to Young Chefs, where they learn how to cook and prepare meals for themselves.
I mean, we do not want them fearful. We do not want them reacting inappropriately. And yeah, that's so important. And I think so many of these children, because of some of their issues, have been coddled. And I love the parents, and you know, I always say we've cut their waffles too long, and it's time for them to start doing these things on their own.
I mean, this school doesn't also help you with the problems you have. It actually teaches you things.
The teachers are much nicer, and they have better classes that you can take.
Well, they actually work with me and help me understand things. They put lots of our lessons in detail.
And it's not just academics. The What's Next program focuses on teaching life skills needed after graduation, like writing a resume, being interviewed for a job, showing up on time, even balancing a checkbook. Debbie's son Stephen now drives himself to work at a local car dealer where he is a salesman and works in the body shop. Daniel Inskeep has graduated and works in the shipping department for Solaris, a manufacturer of covers and accessories for mobile phones.
What do you have to do?
You have to collect 8 videotapes for your line.
When I see a student come into us, I can't wait to get my hands on them because I just know how we can help them.
This is a mom who's lived my life. She's walked in my shoes. She's cried those tears over having a child that you think is can't succeed.
She's created a masterpiece for our children. And I think the biggest thing that I see is she's just given them a voice.
I've always loved teaching, and I think what I like about teaching is helping a child learn to do something for themselves that they couldn't do when they met me. And I'm lucky because even on the worst day, somebody in this school is going to make me laugh and make me smile. And I don't think every job has that.
Cumberland Academy of Georgia, an exceptional school for exceptional students.